Hellos and welcomes back everyone, AnthWolf here with more Pillars of Eternity. Where we last left off, we are in Elm's Reach. We got a side quest here to sacrifice a child or attempt to poison the Free Tusk Panther leader, a 250-year-old plus elf lord. And we also spoke to the, what are they called again? Delemgan sisters, who told us more about Thaos and told us that we are gonna go insane. Insanity is unavoidable for us, but there may be a way to unlock our memory if we can ask Thaos what's happened in our past. Cause one of our previous lives we did share with him. So yeah, time is running out. So let's go exploring a little bit more. Are you sure what you claim? I hope the sacrifices would have waned. If all the frontiers again open, I assure you, we need much war paint in the coming season. Don't tell me your war paint's actually the blood of your sacrificees, is it? There's no greater honour than dying for one's tribe. If some fall in battle, how is this different? You're crazy. Oh, and this area isn't actually discovered. This is going to be awkward. Let's get prepared. The Ethnic Null, welcome your presence, supplicants. Yeah, we're not really supplicants, but we'll speak to you anyway and learn what we can about your tribe. A dwarven man stands motionless near the roaring fire that lights the cavern. Your sacrifice feeds the land, supplicants. Come forth. Outsider. Your kin doesn't come here to share with the tribes. What do you want? What is this place? Blood Sands. As I said, outsiders rarely visit our halls. The Glenforthans call this place the Blood Sands. We call it home. The Ethnic Null have tended the land from within this cave since before the arrival of the tribes to Twin Elms. Be warned, outsider. We bleed life to nurture it. Our sacrifices may strike you as savage, but the health of these lands depends on them, and it's unseemly for guests to insult their hosts. Tell me about these sacrifices then. Explain it to me. Everything must die to return anew, outsider. Through the sacrificial rites we offer supplicants the honour of giving their most precious gift back to their brethren, back to the land. The blood gives us strength. Even the Glenforthans have come to depend on the blood paint. They brim with power before battle, all thanks to the sacrifices of their kin. So the war paint is enchanted in some way? Like blood magic? Tell me about your tribe, the Ethnic Null. Our order has thrived for generations. Before we came to Twin Elms, our rites fed the lands of the eastern mountains. Now we share blood for Earglen faith. To everything that must end, our sacrifices bring a new beginning. We sustain what's to come. Remember, outsider, you are a guest in these halls. Respect our ways and we'll tolerate your presence among us. Why have I got a feeling that some supplicants aren't really willing to be here? That's just me guessing. And you, Talan, have a name, therefore you may be important. Somebody, Am and Father have called upon the Ethnic Null for war war paint at some point. Okay, so I thought for some reason you were going to cry out and beg for me to save you. Oh, hello, Earthblight. A friendly Earthblight. Who would have guessed? Are we going to have to fight our way out of here? Ah, this is the keeper we were told to seek. We were going to find the Orlan child Vela and bring her to this keeper to be sacrificed.
Estramore.
The elderly dwarf blinks at you, not quite looking at you. Her eyes are pale and clouded with cataracts. Welcome to Blood Sands. It is rare that an outsider sets foot in these caverns. What brings you here, I wonder? What is it that you do here? I sell and maintain certain goods for the preservation of our order, and I perform some of our ritual sacrifices. How do these sacrifices work? Like any worthwhile ritual, it's too complex to explain in detail. It involves clotting the supplicant's essence, binding it to their life force, and drawing it into a vessel or into a container or vessel. This sounds like some of the Engrifian rituals to bind the essence to weapons or armour. You can probably tell where they've learned this. And it makes me uncomfortable. What can you tell me about the Blood Sands? This, the raw bloody heart of the Earglen faith, where some come to give their essence back to their people, where others seek a noble escape from their trials. The legacy of the builders to the tribes is not merely adder and stone, but a sense of community, and it is here that Glenfarthans come to sacrifice what is most precious, even their own lives to preserve it. What do you have for sale? Oh, war paint. Oh, so this is why those flasks of war paint are so good. They are the essence of sacrificed lives into a potent brew of blood and magic. Ah, oh crap, we've just bought some enchanted... I didn't even read this, holy hell. I just bought some sacrificed blood. That makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, but so be it. But we couldn't ask you about Simoc. We'll continue exploring. Actually, we might want to investigate around you to see if we can find any vials that can be used to trick him. Oh, hello. The bravest sons and daughters fall, not by the swords of outsiders, but by the daggers of their brethren. Some more supplicants. Oh. Found a blood trail. Archdruid Raistin. We recognise that name. Someone mentioned him earlier. Ooh, topaz.
Slow and silent.
No, people see us. Uh-oh.
As your blood flows, so shall your essence. Your life's energy shall feed the soil, and your soul's energy shall enrich the community. This is by your own choosing, supplicant?
Yes. The dwarf grips a hatchet in both hands and raises it over his head. He throws his shoulders forward and swings the weapon into the elf's chest, connecting with a meaty thump. Blood gushes around the blade and the sacrifice's screams rend the air. This is why I prefer the wand to the blade. Despite his earlier agreement, the elf thrashes atop the stone table, his torso arching while his arms and legs remain tied in place. Meanwhile, the dwarf spreads his arms wide and allows blood to splatter his robes. When the elf is finally silent and still, the dwarf pulls the hatchet from his body and wipes it on his helm. On his helm, yeah. Streaks of red-brown blood and globs of tissue have worked themselves onto the minute grooves of the stone. Let's speak to the Archdruid if he'll have time for us. Let's see what he has to say about this whole thing. The dwarf wears crimson robes that are stained and streaked with dark patches. His face is smooth but lacking youthful elasticity. It's as if the lines and wrinkles have been formed and erased many times over. He watches you with eyes like two black pits as he wipes his hatchet on his robes. Hail, outsider.
No one comes to Blood Sands without a purpose. What is yours?
I want to know more about the Ethnic Null. We are a Druic order that has been in Twin Elms since Griffian times. Our founders came from the White March, seeking a place where we might practice our beliefs in peace, as it were. Unlike most of our Glenfarthran brethren, we seek answers in the world around us rather than in the teachings of the gods. We believe that all life has power, and that this power can be siphoned and conducted. We are not, as some suggest, madmen and murderers. All of our rituals are conducted with willing participants, and through methods that have been tested and refined over centuries. This allows us to create the war paint for which we are respected, if not loved. I want to know more about your sacrifices. We merely believe that in giving up something of value, the energy from that sacrifice can be diverted elsewhere. It is not so different from what folk practice all over the world. If you want to turn the soil, sail a ship, or move a cart, you must expend energy. But we're best known for the practice of kith sacrifice. This is the most potent form of sacrifice because it releases the most energy. We distill the essence of an entire soul into raw power that can strengthen the body, fortify the soul, and extend life. So, how are you different from the Ovates of the Golden Grove? We spoke to one of them. The Golden Grove? I remember when Arona came up with that name. Used to be as green as the rest of the forest, you know. We're more similar than they'd like to admit. We both believe in achieving power without the double-edged aid of the gods. But their fantasy is pure creation, something from nothing. They blind themselves to the fact that all life, from the mightiest dragon to the slimmest blade of grass, requires death. And the greatest ends require the greatest sacrifice. An interesting ideal. I'll have to ponder it further. A wise enough sentiment. That's all I want to know. We could have argued the fact and told him his ways were wrong, but to be fair, he's probably quite wise. Essence within to nurture flesh, and essence without to strengthen it. The heat emanating from this pool threatens to singe the flesh of your face. Wonderful. Let's continue exploring, shall we? Oh, we can unlock.
I can do that.
Unlock this chest, get a little bit more experience. Oh, we might even be able to loot this one.
Keeping quiet.
The gift of sacrifice transmutes blood into water and essence into power. Just as the flesh of one nourishes many, the sacrifice freely made strengthens those that will come. Whoa, holy hell. That's a lot of things to learn. Okay, let's just say you're all crazy people and be done with it. That keeper must be training all the chanters there. Oh, hello. Are you another supplicant? The petitioner before you is swaddled in loose-fitting robes. Her hair is greasy and matted. A glossy film of sweat and grime covers her exposed skin. She has the swollen features of pregnancy and several missing teeth in her big grinning smile. As you approach, she slowly turns to you and examines you from head to toe, smiling the entire time. Joyous day to you. I am Naka, midwife and lawkeeper. Her hand runs across the slight bulge in her belly. She rolls her head back and sighs a relaxed purr. Are you feeling well? Flawless! Apologies, I should be left to my meditation. The rite of strength is invigorating, almost overwhelming to the senses. Right. You've been taking the bad stuff, haven't you? Doesn't look like there's anything that's going to help us with our side quest with Simoc. We may need to kill some people. To kill so many people though, it's going to really dampen our reputation, which I really don't want to do. I wonder if we can talk to we should talk to the Olin child and see what she thinks about the entire situation. She's back in Halfsong, I believe. Yeah, we should probably do that. Yeah, let's do that now. Let's activate fast mode once again. So look at our items while we're doing that. We can sell this. A tiny beetle pet. Egg can go away. Does everyone have a pet now? Pretty much. Sigani has Itumak. Yeah, Alof just mentioned there. Did you hear that? About our awakenings being permanent? Yeah, that's the thing. Alof is now... guess he's stuck with his previous life individual. What was her name again? I keep forgetting it. Oh, it's gonna kill me. She has a rather interesting speech pattern, we should say. Which tends to get Alof into trouble, we found out. Oh, sorry, that's my squeaky chair. Oh, okay. This is the Glenfartham home we need to investigate. Let's, we'll make a big save before we do this. As I say, I would like to, end this quest amicably, which wouldn't involve ritual sacrifice. Let's see if we can speak to her and inform her of what Simoc plans. Maybe if we can just toughen her up and explain the situation, then, oh, it literally is a baby. An Olin baby lies in the crib, tiny and dark-furred. Though her eyes are closed with sleep, she squirms under the blanket and nuzzles the pillow. That's awkward. I wonder if we can inform... I'm trying to get out of things to try not to get us into a fight in the Hall of Warriors. I really should just suck it up and do it. Not every quest has to end with us being liked by everyone. We'll try this last thing, and then we're going to go back to the Hall of Warriors and end it as it can be, I guess. I mean, we could try and find the Fisher Crane tribe. They might be in the other area. I forgot what it's called. Old Song? Yeah, Old Song. They might be there. I'm thinking we might be able to talk to Bethril here about the situation. Tell me about the 6 tribes. Tell me about the 3 Tusk Panthers. Tell me about the Fisher Crane. Nope. Okay. We'll bite the bullet and see what happens. I do want a quick save first and see what he says when we tell him his son is trying to have him killed. And see if we can end this diplomatically. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not going to have Vela. I'm not going to have her sacrificed. That's not what Balmung would do. If anything, he would fight to the death. And all the Glenforthans could suddenly hate us for doing this. But I suppose that's the consequences we have to live with. Or not live with, as might be the case. What we're gonna do is game it slightly. We know what's gonna occur if things go wrong. So we're gonna position our party in a comfortable place of combat. None of this is comfortable.
I'm here.
Your thoughts must flow.
Aye?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Okay. If things don't go the way they do, we're gonna end up killing people. Right, first of all we'll tell him about his son. Hiyo, Simoc. I have questions about the task you asked of me. Tell me about the potion you need from Werder. Essence bound and distilled into a liquid. It will have it'll have little immediate effect on me, but it will still weave a stronger soul in my future issue. How could he possibly expect to get away with this? Few know the girl is here, and one Orlan babe will look as much as the same as the next. But let me worry about this. Oh. Have we journeyed so far to become tangled in matters of politics? Pettiness? We must not do this, Watcher. We have come to save the children, the future of the Deerwood. I will not stand by if you do this evil. Yeah, I know. The grieving mother will be especially pissed, especially considering her past. Your son, Lyris, asked me to kill you. I almost wish you spoke true. Lyris doesn't have the ferocity to plot something like that. If he did, I would not lack a proper heir right now. Well, here's the potion you asked for. What are you trying to give me? Distill lessons, of course. Yeah, here we go. Time to run. Everyone focus on this guy first. Durance. Help. Alof, yo, you want to speak to us? Probably when you found out that the awakening was permanent. I apologize so much for this. Just keep throwing fireballs. It tends to work.
Yeah.
You've gained reputation with Twin Elms? You what? You gained reputation with the Over to the Golden Grove. You've lost reputation with Ethik Null. Okay, so in doing that we gained reputation. I suppose by killing him we prevented a war between the tribes. Wow. A legendary large shield. Exceptional shield deflection. Plus 10% of incoming crits converted into hits. Nice. I kind of like... Actually, Bash is great. It's a great ability. Having greater shield deflect. Can we enchant this any further? If we enchanted it once, we could make it exceptional and make it superb. But we need an Adra Dragon scale. Yeah. And then you... Ooh. There you go. Well,
Slow and silent.
this is going to be an awkward conversation. We might as well help ourselves do a few things now. Did we kill the sun? Don't think so, but then it seems the chat logs disappeared. Let's look at our quest. Sacrificial bloodlines. My attempt at poisoning Simoc failed and I was forced to kill him in combat instead.
Huh?
Ah, there he is.
And what does the flame reveal? I'm such a paladin. Just killing them all and then robbing them.
Let's see what the sun has to say then, shall we? What's happened in my absence? We have a new major adventure. Kinda, go on that again. We may need you in the future. We lost 104 copper to bandits, but we gained 1500. Lyris looks you in the eye and gives you a slow nod. Virtue guides your hand. I don't know that term. Suppose it's a more kind way to say outsider. Oh good, none of you want to kill me for slaying your leader. Or one of your leaders at least. Arthur is part of the twice split arrows, isn't he? So that's really most of Elm's Reach. Of course we have to pray to the gods. But we do have these quests in Northweld as well. I don't think we can actually leave. We can't go to Northweld from here. I think we should go pray to the gods. Let's get ourselves over here. Let us activate fast mode. I think we'll do that in the next episode. And then, depending on events that happen in the tower, we will then travel to Old Song and explore this area. I think this is where apparently the druids are. I could be mistaken. I've partially forgotten. And then we'll try and see if we can get ourselves up to the Northweld here. And do our side quests in this area. So, this of course is AnthWolf with Pillars of Eternity. Yeah, at the end of the previous video I kind of apologised for what had happened. I wasn't committing so much. But at the end of the day we actually did what we feared was going to happen, and it kind of worked out positively for us. I also forgot that Alof wants to speak to us, but we'll do that in the next video as well. So, yeah, I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye-bye now.